At number 10, we have Malta, which you might not be able to see, but if we zoom in, I have another Malta up here, that's that pink one. But if we go, it is this green thing. And just so that we know how small it is, keep in mind that this island, the bigger one, is the largest island. Is barely bigger than the tip of Sicily. And now let's look at it compared to every other country. Keep in mind Malta is, well, the pink one's Malta and the green one's also Malta. Okay, next we have the Maldives at number 9. And I'm just going to give you a minute to try and find where it is. Have you found it? Well, it is actually these two red squares all the way over here. All these islands are the Maldives. And just so we know, let's drag the Maldives to, say, India. This is in Kerala, or just below Kerala. And we can see that just this island is barely the size of an Indian city. Okay, at number 8, we have St. Kitts and Nevis. And keep in mind, just try and find it on the map. It is blue, it's light blue. Okay, well, if you didn't find it, it is right around here. And one of its islands is smaller than Antigua, and just this one island in Antigua. And let's bring it to a slightly larger country like the Dominican Republic. We can see that it's barely the size of just this little territory over here. Next we have the Marshall Islands, and this one might be easier to see because, well, it's a bunch of islands. It's purple, it's right over here, but do not be fooled because when you go up close, we can just see how small these actually are. And now let's drag them to a bigger country, say Australia. Although now all the Marshall Islands really is a group of islands that stretches, if we're going to put it in distance, from the top of the Northern Territory to about halfway. And yeah, all of these islands are incredibly small. Some of them you could probably walk. Yeah, some of them are barely wider than this road. Number 6, we have Liechtenstein. It might look a bit bigger than it is in real life on the map, but if we zoom in, we can see it's right in the middle of Switzerland and Austria. It's a tiny country. And, well, yeah, we can see when we bring it to larger countries, we can see it's barely the size of this, well, I guess it's some kind of water area, the Bodensee Obersee, where it's smaller than a small waterway between Switzerland and Austria. At number 5, we have San Marino, one of the 2 micronations in Italy alongside the Vatican. And, well, yeah, if we just zoom in, I don't think that it needs that much explanation, because if we bring it to, for example, Florence, as we can see, it's barely the size of Florence. It could be a bit bigger depending on if all that is still Florence, but yeah, San Marino, it is only 61 kilometers squared. 61. And now at number 4 we have Tuvalu, and again, like, it might look big just because it's an island nation and spans a lot of places, but now let's bring it closer to, well, let's say, well, a country like Australia. And now let's just look at how small these islands actually are, because if we bring it to a road like this, it is only a bit bigger. One of these islands are only a bit bigger than one of the roads in Australia. And it's not just that one, it's the same for all of them. Like, if we take this small one, like, you could probably walk across one of these islands in, well, maybe half an hour, Another Pacific island, we have Nauru, which, well, yeah, it's not even, it's just one island. It's not even multiple islands, which means that when we bring it here, well, yeah, this is just mind-numbingly small. Like, you could probably, yeah, like once again, you could probably just walk the distance with ease. You could probably just walk the distance a couple times a day. Yeah, but I'm comparing this right now to the Solomon Islands, but yeah, it's just mind-numbingly small. Next we have Monaco. Now we have the smallest country in the world, and just try and find it on the map. It is orange. Okay, well, if you said it's not on the map, well, you'd be sort of wrong, sort of right. You actually have to zoom in to see the Vatican City. That's how small it is. And, well, yeah, it's just mind-numbingly small. We can see it's barely it's barely the width of, in fact, it's not even the width of this waterway. Yeah, the Vatican is 0.44, roughly half a kilometer squared, making it the smallest country in the world.